Hi, my name is Hendrik, and today I'm going to be talking about an iconic visionary, Steve Jobs. I'm going to be going over 10 key lessons that powered his success. From his passion to his leadership, let's dive in.
Hi, for those of you that don't know me, my name's Steve Jobs. iPod Mac. We are calling it iPhone. Today, Apple is going to reinvent the phone. There's something in the air. What is it? Well, today, we're introducing a third kind of notebook. It's called the MacBook Air.
Now he believes. He's a believer.
Character.
He's a believer.
I know he is.
Is he?
I got into
Disagree.
this because of the technology at the beginning.
It excited you?
Oh, it blew me away. I mean, we have
Yeah.
more PhDs work on Toy Story than any film in history. I mean, tremendous computer science. That's what drew me into it initially. But
Number 1, follow your passion. Steve Jobs said, in order to do great work, love what you do. His passion for technology and design drove him to create groundbreaking products that changed the world.
Into this thing, there are such rough moments in time that most people give up. I don't blame them. I mean, it's really tough, and it consumes your life. I mean, if you've got a family and you're in the early days of a company, I can't imagine how one could do it. I'm sure it's been done, but it's rough. I mean, because it's pretty much an 18-hour-a-day job, 7 days a week for a while. So, unless you have a lot of passion about this, you're going to not survive. You're going to give it up. So you got to have an idea or a problem or a wrong that you want to right that you're passionate about. Otherwise, you're not going to have the perseverance to stick it through. And I think that's half the battle right there.
2, don't just think differently, be much better. Steve Jobs wasn't satisfied by just thinking differently. He pushed his teams to be much better. Apple wasn't just an ordinary product company. They redefined industries by offering products and services far superior than the competition.
I think it's important that Apple's perceived as much better. And if being different is essential to doing that, then we have to do that. But if we could be much better without being different, that'd be fine with me. I want to be much better. I don't care about being different. We'll have to be different in some ways to be much better. But that's the prize. Wouldn't you agree?
Number 3, start with the customer, not with the product. Jobs believed in designing products from the user perspective. He once said, you got to start with the customer and work backwards towards the technology, not the other way around.
One of the things I've always found is that you've got to start with the customer experience and work backwards to the technology. You can't start with the technology and try to figure out where you're going to try to sell it. And I've made this mistake probably more than anybody else in this room. And I've got the scar tissue to prove it. And I know that it's the case. And as we have tried to come up with a strategy and a vision for Apple, it started with what incredible benefits can we give to the customer? Where can we take the customer? Not starting with, let's sit down with the engineers and figure out what awesome technology we have, and then how are we going to market that. And I think that's the right path to take.
Number 4, take responsibility end to end. Jobs was all about having full control of his product. From the hardware to the software, even to the packaging. He wanted complete control to ensure the best quality product and customer experience. Number 5, partnerships. Steve Jobs knew the power of partnerships. He made relationships with companies like Intel and even partnered with his rivals like Microsoft to ensure that his company had the resources to succeed.
I'd like to talk about meaningful partners. Apple lives in an ecosystem. It needs help from other partners. It needs to help other partners. And relationships that are destructive don't help anybody in this industry as it is today. And I'd like to announce one of our first partnerships today, a very, very meaningful one, and that is one with Microsoft.
Number 6, quality. Jobs believed that the quality of the product spoke for itself. He famously once said, "Be a yardstick of quality." Some people aren't used to an environment where excellence is expected.
And I think most of the quality stuff, as I've understood it, is really a lot about re-engineering your repetitive processes to make them much, much more effective, combining them, eliminating some, strengthening others.
Number 7, the intersection of technology and the liberal arts. Steve Jobs just didn't focus on technology. He focused on the intersection of technology and the liberal arts. He knew that making great products was a blend of creativity and innovation. This not only made Apple products functional, but beautiful too.
That technology alone is not enough. That it's technology married with liberal arts, married with the humanities, that yields us the result that makes our hearts sing.
Number 8, building a great team. Steve Jobs surrounded himself with top talent. He once said, great things in business are never done by one person. They're done by a team of people. Number 9, design. For Steve Jobs, design was much more of how the product looked, but how it functioned as well. This obsession with design helped Apple create products that were not only beautiful, but intuitive. And number 10, leadership. Steve Jobs wasn't only a visionary, but he was a great leader. He inspired his team to think big, push boundaries, and dream the impossible. He transformed his small startup company from a garage to a global powerhouse. So those are 10 lessons of Steve Jobs' success. If you have any other lessons you would like to share, please do so in the comment section so we can all learn from it. Thanks so much for watching, and peace out.